Today we're going to be talking about getting started with Vagrant. If you're not familiar with Vagrant, it is basically a tool to help streamline developer workflows by giving you access to a nice command line interface and for configuring and interacting with local developments, and also for making these local environments reproducible across different developer laptops, which really helps with the aspect of developer productivity. So we're going to go ahead and get started with downloading and installing Vagrant. And if you haven't installed VirtualBox, it will be necessary for this. So you can go ahead and go to the VirtualBox website. Go ahead and just grab the image for your operating system and download it. I've already got it installed on my system, so I'm not going to worry about that part. So the next step would be grabbing the Vagrant binary as well from the Vagrant downloads. I already grabbed that as well, so I'll just go ahead and jump into the installation process of Vagrant, which is pretty straightforward. And once we have this installed, we should have access to the Vagrant command line interface. So there's a bunch of subcommands here. Fortunately, we won't have enough time today to go over all of these, but I will still try to give you guys a few examples of the commands here. So now that we have the CLI installed, we'll go ahead and initialize a Vagrant environment, which basically this command right here, Ubuntu. This command right here will basically tell Vagrant to configure itself with a Vagrant file that is using the Ubuntu 16.04 image. And if we look at the Vagrant file, we can see here on line 15 that it will try to go out and download this Ubuntu 16.04 image. So the next step is to go ahead and fire it up here. And this process is basically going out, grabbing the VirtualBox image if it doesn't have it, and then bootstrapping and provisioning the virtual machine with things like SSH keys and other goodies. We can see the process here. If we go to the VirtualBox manager, we can see that there is now a Vagrant default machine running here. It says Ubuntu 64-bit, and it's got a gig of memory and 2 processors. So that's good. It also sets a bunch of other default configurations and settings for us as well. So after a couple minutes here, it should finish bootstrapping itself, and then we should be able to get into the virtual machine and poke around a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, so once it fires up, we'll go ahead and SSH in here. And don't worry about these warnings here either. It's just attempting to connect for the first time. Alright, cool. So now that the VM has been provisioned, we can take a look at it and make sure that it is in fact running, which is what we just verified in the VirtualBox manager. So now we can SSH in there. Cool. And we can even look at our Vagrant file that we created, which is pretty cool. So being able to SSH in is really helpful for being able to troubleshoot and debug things inside the VM. So now that we have created it and tested that we can get in it, let's go ahead and just bring it down here. Vagrant halt. The halt command tells Vagrant to basically just gracefully stop the VM. And in a second here, we should see in the VirtualBox manager that, yep, it is powered off. Cool. And if we wanted to completely blow it out, we just go ahead and run the destroy command. And that would completely remove it from VirtualBox. So that's pretty much all I had for today. I hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching.